Italy is a republic government. They have an indirect representative democracy, which means people vote for representatives to vote for them. The country holds elections for their president and 58 regional representatives every 7 years. There are 3 branches to the government: the judicial, legislative, and executive. In the judicial branch, there is the Supreme Court of Cassitation, which cassitation is Italian for highest, meaning above all other courts. It's organized into branches: the penal, civil, administrative, and military divisions. And there is also the Constitutional Court, which consists of 15 judges. In the second branch, the legislative, there is a bicameral parliament, which means there is a Senate and a Chamber of Deputies. The Senate is 315 seats, promoted by proportional vote, and the Chamber of Deputies is 630 seats, voted by popular vote. The executive branch is run by the Chief of State, which is the President, and right now that's Giorgio Napolitano, and the head of government, which is the Prime Minister, and Enrico Letta, and he is appointed by the President. There's also the Cabinet, Council of Ministers, proposed by the Prime Minister and nominated by the President. Power sharing in this country can get kind of confusing if you're not familiar with it. The Chief of State and the head of government have the most control. The President is ahead of a lot of things, and the Prime Minister gives his opinion on more of the religious aspects. Human rights are kind of a big deal over in Italy. They are very Catholic as a country, and so they struggle with gay marriage equality and racism, and other than that, it's a very free country. As for the economic system, there's a mixed economy. There are lots of family-owned businesses and small businesses, but the public debt is very high, so the government is involved to solve that and monitor the economy. Taxes are 48.3% of the national GDP, which is $1.863 trillion. They make about $30,600 per capita, and they are the 3rd largest economy in the Eurozone. They have a high unemployment rate, but it's a large economy, but not necessarily a good economy. Their unemployment rate is just outrageous, and it's very high, and they're in a lot of debt, and there is a lot of industry and tourism to boost the economy.
Overall, Italy has good relationships with the rest of the world and has no true enemies. It also has very good relations with the United States. Both are NATO allies and work together protesting war against terrorism. Italy was admitted to the United Nations in 1955 and began a 2-year term on the Security Council in 2007. It currently participates in and has participated in many peacekeeping missions in several countries across the globe. When it comes to making a decision on whether or not to move to Italy, we believe it comes down to one's personal preference and financial stability. The cost of living there is slightly higher than that of the United States. This is partially due to their economy, but is also due in part to the currency exchange from US dollars to euros. Financially speaking, food would be the most expensive transition for Americans. Their economy is a little different as well. They have a more mixed economy, which is a bit of a combination between socialism and capitalism, whereas the United States simply has a more capitalist economy. The governments of the two countries are relatively similar in the fact that they each have 3 branches. However, Italy's government is more religion-based, hence the Prime Minister. Because of this, there tends to be more racism and heated debates on the gay rights front, although similar issues are still prevalent in the United States as well. Overall, due to the fact that it can be more expensive to live in Italy and can be difficult to find job opportunities, we believe that instead of moving to Italy full-time, an extended vacation there would suffice.